Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Davey Squires.
Hello! Hello and welcome to the Squires Station. I am your beautiful host, Davey Squires, and this episode is provided by Area 67 Studios here in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. And the water is provided by Mike. And the water is just amazing today, Mike. I really have to shout out Mike here. He brings the water every episode, and man, oh man, is it good. It's high quality, no fructose syrup added, no corn fructose syrup. There is some salt in Dasani, but whatever. It's not Walmart brand.
Some high quality H2O.
Yeah, like there might be some salt in here, but it really makes the drink.
Gotta have the minerals and the whatever else they put in here.
Your
you know?
amino acids. And this is a first for the show that we have a fire spinner on. Dan Merek is with us tonight. How you doing tonight, Dan?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, just having a nice chill Sunday. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Relaxing while I still can.
Is today your usual day off?
Yeah. Yep. Definitely have my Saturdays and Sundays off. Every now and then I'll go spin somewhere, go do some, you know, but it's mostly fun, you know.
Now, did you have your Wheaties this morning?
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't have a little Wheaties in the morning, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean.
I like a healthy breakfast to start off my day, you know?
What's your favorite cereal to eat in the morning?
Wow. I don't know. I haven't ate cereal in a while, but I gotta say Raisin Bran. I hate to be like the plain Jane here, but I just gotta stay away from some of that sugary stuff, man. It's just got too much since I've gotten older, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, I can agree with you there, actually. I do like Raisin Bran Crunch because the little clusters in it, like, I think those are really good.
Oh yeah, for sure. It doesn't get soggy, you know, right away.
If I had just the cereal with the clusters, like just the clusters, like they make just like bags of the Lucky Charm marshmallows.
I bet you they have bags with just the clusters somewhere. Someone's making that stuff. You know they are.
You gotta get it off the black market. You're a fire spinner, so I really want to know how you started. How does one get into spinning fire, like learning wise?
Well, you know, I was like many people, I was really bored, and I just wanted to do something, and I couldn't sleep that night. I remember I was up all night. I was at a music festival, so I was all amped up. Everyone was sleeping, and you know, I decided to just pick up this stick and just started kind of like spinning it, and my head was all kind of foggy at the time. It just kind of became clear, and I was like kind of like in a meditative state, and I realized what I was doing kind of looked a little cool, and I was like, all right, well, let's set these ends on fire and let's do some cool stuff, you know what I mean?
Really?
And,
wow.
And it turned into just some backyard redneck stupid stuff, and turned into something actually really cool and amazing, you know?
Yeah, it sounds like you just like dove headfirst into it.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, I had no restraint and just setting something on fire and just doing my thing, you know?
Yeah. Now, was that a staff? Like, what was the first instrument you learned on?
A wooden stick. And some gasoline that probably only lasted like a couple of minutes. This is before I knew there was actual like props and stuff.
Yeah.
I was just fucked up, wanted to do something fun, and I was like, let's do that. And then I saw people, you know, spinning at Nelson's Ledges, spinning some fire, the burn unit, spinning and stuff, and I was like, man, I want to get one of those.
Yeah.
You know, so I ended up and I get one of those, and I start doing the thing, and you know, it's good enough where people think I could go out and perform in, and you know, I've gone pretty good with it. Yeah.
So is that where you started at Nelson's?
I'd say that's kind of where I kind of met fire spinners and started getting into it,
Yeah.
But most of it's just at my house, just free time. I'll chill at home, smoke a little bit, go to the backyard, play a speaker, and just start spinning, man. Like,
Yeah.
just clears my head better than anything else. I can't sit still. I can't, meditate, like, actually, you know what I mean? So being able to move around and just freely, just do something by myself for a little bit is a little freeing.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a great workout too. Like,
Oh.
do you break a sweat doing that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
if I'm really getting into it, especially I use a dragon staff mainly, which
For the
is
audience,
pretty...
what is that? What is a dragon staff?
Okay, a dragon staff is basically like if you picture a bow staff, but on the ends there's spikes on the side, 3 spikes, and each spike has a wick on the end, and those ends I spin kind of like a wheel.
Yeah.
But it's a staff. Wow. I never thought I'd have to explain it in words. It's so difficult to explain that. My other 2 props are easy. I just started using a fire sword. That's something new. And that's just a sword that sets on fire. That's super easy to describe.
That's so cool. That's so does it light at the top? Or wait, how does it?
I just have a
work?
handle, and I just basically stick that into some PVC pipe that has a plug on the end with my gas, and soak it in, flick that stuff off, and set that ablaze, and start going at it. Then my other prop, also kind of still a learning curve for me. I've only been doing it a couple months, probably only spun it maybe a handful of times still. But I'm using a maul staff, which is kind of like the sword, but double-ended. So it's just a double-ended staff there, like Darth Maul's lightsaber.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's a good way.
So,
that's a good way to. That's a good thing to use as a visual.
Yeah.
Well, for those who need a visual, we'll hopefully have you doing it on video. You brought your staff.
Yeah, I have my
staff.
dragon staff and I have my sword with me. But I could always send you footage of Maul staff if you wanted it, or for any purpose, or
definitely.
whatever.
We'll hopefully have that, and we hopefully won't get in trouble with anybody. But so that hopefully that will be up on YouTube at my channel, Davey Squires, on YouTube. And that's where actually all the episodes are. All the videos and all that stuff. So how old were you when you picked this up? Like,
oh man, I was probably, I think 20. I think it's no, it's only been about 3 years, so about 22, 21 maybe.
Yeah.
So it's been a while now.
Yeah. How long?
Like I said, I think 3 years, 3 something years probably.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
That's so cool.
Not too long, I mean, there's some people that have been doing it for a decade. They're just crazy at it,
Yeah.
But,
well, I've seen like the flow art in general, like the scene around here really pick up in the last 4 or 5 years because of all the festivals and like, all that.
It definitely picked up a trend real fast.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I definitely feel like I kind of got into it just a little bit before it started getting really trendy, and like a bunch of people started trying it out.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of EDM and ravers that have been doing it.
Yeah.
With the poi and the LED stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
there's
really cool,
there's so many instruments too. Like I feel like they keep coming out with these different instruments that change color, and they're not necessarily have to be fire based. They can be LED, like you said, or what's kind of the craziest instrument you've seen in your time out spinning?
Oh. Honestly, my girlfriend has a trifecta hoop, and I've never seen one of those. That was a crazy prop, and my buddy Tanner got a fire axe from Dark Monk, and that thing's pretty crazy. It's just just a big ball of fire on a big metal stick, man. That's
What?
That's a workout. You know what I mean? Like basically,
What?
the head of the axe is metal.
This sounds
but
medieval, dude.
The inside of it is wick, and it's just screwed in, and it's on a nice like metal pole. But it's weighted real nice, and it's definitely a wicked thing to spin. Oh, and honestly, fire whips. I mean, I keep thinking about more and more stuff, but the fire whips, that's something that I've been wanting to get into, actually. But when you crack one of those babies, man, wherever it cracks on the whip, it explodes a little bit. You know what I mean?
see
Off
that.
of it.
I saw that a couple years ago at the Ledges, actually. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they were doing that on the beach. I was like, oh my God. It was like midnight.
Yeah, and I can't imagine that's like an easy thing to just keep going, at it, because there's only like so much you could probably do with that, but who knows, man? Someone could get funky with it,
Oh, yeah. So I got to ask this, since people are always like, oh, Davey, you just interview musicians, right? And I'm like, not exactly. If you have a talent, like literally just ask me and I'll just let me know what your like fire spinning, flow art. I'm actually later on down the line on the show, I'm gonna have a couple live painters on that have been doing live painting. So any art really, I'm a fan of all the arts. Doesn't have to just be music. But I gotta tie music into here somehow. So what's your favorite? Is there a favorite artist or band you like to flow to?
Slightly Stupid for sure. I gotta say, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I really enjoy listening to.
They put on really good festivals, like.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've been to a few up this way. I'd love to see them in California, based where they're based at, but
they're from Southern California, right?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know that much, but I love their music. Almost any song that they have out there, I could definitely spin to and like feel it,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I feel like it's a lot of the jam band scene and a lot of the folk band scene and a lot of bands in between that I see a lot of fire spinners and like flow artists at. Do you agree?
I honestly I see them all over. I mean, you got a lot of metalhead fire spinners. You got a lot of juggalo fire spinners.
Oh, yeah.
You see them at reggae fests. You see them at rock fests. They're the EDM scene. You know what I mean? It's
and
it's
raves.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, raves. Yeah, raves are pretty. I feel like I wonder where like. I don't know. I'm sure fire spinning has been around for eons. Like,
well, man, I don't know too much about the history, but I know the Hawaiians actually used poi way back, and I think the dragon staff actually is recreated from a Mayan staff that was actually meant for war that had spikes on the end of it.
Okay,
but
Yeah, that's so interesting. I've never really looked at that. Like, I always see people spinning fire. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I never look at the history of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's been around for a while, and like I said, it's not, it's not just something that you're just taking around. You're really feeling it, and it's, man. So it's definitely hard to put into words for me.
Yeah, is it like a spiritual thing too? Like
I would say so. Like I keep saying it, but it's just very meditative. It's just, man, I wish there was a word for it. You know what I mean? I just love it, man. I just love it.
It seems like when I'm watching somebody do it, and I've been to festivals where they're doing the fire spinning or the LEDs, and either way, like when I'm watching it, it seems like the person doing it is really into like what they're doing. And I'm sure with fire, you have to be aware that you are dealing with fire and you could get burned. Have you ever gotten burned?
I've gotten what I like to call little kisses. Basically, the times that I spin, the wicks are going so fast when they hit me.
Yeah.
They usually just scrape and you could see like a little black mark where the wick kind of like burned me a little bit.
Okay, so
But
it's like a little, like a dash type thing?
Yeah, it's almost like a scratch. It's like a burn scratch almost.
Okay.
It's so it'll go away tomorrow. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You barely feel it. Yeah, I never had any serious burns.
Thank God. Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood.
No, that's not wood.
I feel like as long as you're contributing to your fire safety and being cautious and not doing anything dumb, you should be fine for the most part. As long as you're spinning off your wicks, you have a fire safety blanket ready, you have you're taking the proper procedure, your gas is away from you,
Yes.
stuff like that. And
Yeah.
there's people out there, especially like I said, when it started getting trendy, people weren't doing those things, and people are being dumb, and people tried breathing fire with gas, and
Yeah. Oh,
that
God,
stuff,
yeah.
that stuff will come back and destroy your whole
I forgot
everything.
about that. Yeah. I was at a party a couple years ago where somebody was doing that, and they were doing all the right things technique-wise, but I was thinking, like, if that goes wrong, it goes wrong. Like, you could easily just burn your mouth.
Right.
3rd-degree burns. Like, it's really cool to watch, but there's a lot of responsibility in dealing with something that powerful.
Yeah, and I definitely recommend to people that are getting into the sport and starting that you are very cautious and are about the safety, because that is really important, and it does change how the community responds to us. Because if you're out there doing stupid stuff, it's going to look bad on everyone.
Yeah, so know what you're doing, foo.
But other than that, I'm really happy that a lot of people have been getting into it.
Oh, yeah. It seems like it's getting popular, like more popular than it was, especially at festivals, especially at any type of really gathering. Like, I've seen it done in backyards. Like,
oh yeah,
it's really a thing you can do anywhere, barring I've been a part of some instances where the fire squad, or what do we call it, the fire department came in, like at a couple bars that I played at, and it's like, you guys can't be doing that here. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how it works with the whole, doing it with the bar or at the bar or something.
You need the permission of the fire marshal.
I would assume so. I don't know how that works though, because when it's private property, which I guess in certain situations might be different, but like if I'm going to someone's house, then it's up to the owner to decide what I can and can't do.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that's the same with the bar people, if the bar people have to get permission from the fire marshal first.
That's what I think. Because
That
it's a
part
public
of it,
place.
I'm not sure. Yeah, if it's a public place, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, if there's other people going to be around, then you're going to have to get some sort of permit.
Yeah, definitely. So going back to music here, what are some of your favorite festivals to kind of spin at, or just like a list of what festivals have you spun at?
Well, it's Slightly Stupid Fest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was one.
That was one I went and spun to. Grateful Fest was a. Badfish is just always fun. Huge crowds,
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, those are the ones I could think of right now. I kind of want to. I was talking to the owner of Jukebox or Juke Joint.
Yeah.
In Amherst, and they've been kind of slowed down for COVID, and that actually COVID really destroyed a lot of what we've been doing. A lot of fire spinners have been kind of not sure what to do anymore. You know what I mean? Especially with what's going on and how long it's gonna last. So I mean it's really sad to even talk about that.
Yeah, I mean it's been a bummer all the way around, but I never really. I mean, obviously there's gonna be less festivals this year. Have you gotten out to any festivals this year?
I haven't gone since COVID. I've been up at the Ledges just to chill, on off weekends and off days and stuff like that. And
Every weekend's an off weekend, Dan. Come on.
yeah. But yeah, I've been chilling. I've been going to parties here and there, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and doing your fire spinning there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's pretty much what it's come down to while this is all going down.
Yeah.
But I went to a farm in PA not too long ago. There was a good crowd out there, a few bands out there. It was a good time.
You've been doing this for 3 years now?
Yeah, I'd say.
What's kind of the biggest thing you've seen in your 3 years to change about the scene thus far?
Oof. All right.
Oh, you did good questions here, man.
Yeah, I would say when I first started, it was more inviting. There wasn't that trend of a bunch of people coming into it, and I feel like the community responded kind of negatively to that. A lot of the reason why is because people were starting and getting hurt and making the scene kind of look bad, and you had a lot of people getting fucked up and trying to do the same stuff that we're doing. And it just didn't work out well. So people weren't as welcoming to newcomers as they were when I got in. I could say that's something that's changed. I feel like that's starting to open up now, though, and I feel like the community is starting to do more teaching and preparing than they did before also. Yeah. So there's some good and there's some bad. But I love when new people get into it. You know, obviously I was new into it, and it changed my life. And it's not even about really the money or performing or anything, because I really don't do any of what I do to get paid. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just out there spinning with my friends. You know what I mean? Yeah, or by myself, you know, for the most part. And like I just love it. And it's, you know, something I could be passionate about and put that much energy into something. You know what I mean? Yeah. And as silly as twirling fire is, you know what I mean? It's really cool, though. Oh, yeah. And if you know, if they're watching the video or whatnot, they'll see kind of more so what I'm talking about, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, like, yeah, it's. I mean, for me, when I see it on people's faces while they're spinning, I think it's like a very spiritual thing. When you're dealing with something as power as the element of fire, it's like you have a lot of responsibility, but you also have like to be kind of spiritually with yourself to do it. Well, I feel like energy is everywhere. It's all around us in some sort of form. You know what I mean? Fire itself is a emitter of energy. Yeah. You know? And I feel like as a fire spinner or a flow artist in general, we feel where that energy is and where it's going, and we kind of just ride it more so than doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I mean more so when I say it's kind of spiritual. It's just about feeling the things around you and being able to, you know, kind of Bruce Lee it, you know, flow like water kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. And I mean, that's a big thing with Kung Fu and stuff like that, too. It's martial arts. Yeah, the martial arts and everything. It's about feeling what's going around, having awareness, and being able to counteract what's coming at you, you know? Yeah. So what are you excited about next year? Because, I mean, hopefully there will be a vaccine out. Hopefully. Yeah. I like to think of somebody watching this in the future and be like, the vaccine's not out, you asshole. Right. Thanks for the false hope. Thanks for the false hope, you butthole. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, you know, hope for the best, expect the worst. So, like, I'm prepared to go back to my home if that's something that has to happen, you know, or whatever. You know, I'm just gonna go with whatever happens, but hopefully things go back to normal soon, and we could go back and start doing our thing again, and like going to music festivals. I feel like the biggest problem right now is there's a lot of people out there that needed that kind of escape because, and not even just the music, because the music's part of it, the flow is part of it. Any kind of art, the live, the live painters, all those people were so excited to go out and do these things. So to be able to, or not to be able to do that for as long as this has been going on, it's depressing, and I'm sure it's hitting a lot of my friends, a lot of people close to home, and I feel like I've been taking it pretty well, but it definitely sucks for other people, and I definitely hope that they could get to doing their thing soon.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I've talked with musicians, and obviously, a lot of bars are going under due to this, COVID. But you never really think about the live painters or the flow artists that really add to the show, how they're feeling right now, because it's like, I'm sure you were in a bunch of circles of flow artists and stuff, but you never really think of like, what are they doing? How is this affecting them? Because they're in this art world too.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think it's important that we go about this in the safest way. I'm not the one to say like, hey, we shouldn't, we should be gathering or we shouldn't be gathering, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a health specialist or nothing like that.
You aren't?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely not. I wouldn't trust myself doing any kind of doctor procedures.
Dr. Merek, DDS.
I'll stick to the fire thing.
That's the best. That's the best medicine, though. That's from.
That's true.
Yeah,
there's got to be something here that's worth doing. Otherwise, why are you here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's deep. You hear that, guys? So if you're not doing shit, start doing shit like you mean it.
Yeah, absolutely. Go find that thing. Go do the thing that you don't know what to do yet. Go find it. You know what I mean?
That whole segment's definitely gonna be on the Patreon bloopers, like a blooper reel. Oh my god. Hey guys, I just started a Patreon page. Speaking of that, beautiful transition here. I just started a Patreon page. It's patreon.com/Davey Squires. You can check out all the artist videos, all the extra ones we took, and also all the episode bloopers that you may have missed for a monthly donation of $5. That's only $5. So go to patreon.com/Davey Squires to start donating. Thank you guys so much. So one last question for you, Dan.
All right.
This one's gonna make you think.
All right. I'll try to think fast. I don't know how fast I can. Sometimes the gears be grinding,
Yeah. Oh, dude, no, that was me the entire day today. The gears have been grinding. They continue to work away.
Yeah, I had too much fun Saturday for the gears to be working any good today. So I'm doing my best here.
Dude, me too. Oh my god. Oh, dude. So for any newbie, I guess, into this flow art world, how would you recommend getting started? Like, I know you took the big dive and you were like, let me pick this up, but
oh yeah, I definitely don't recommend people doing that, and I hope they don't take that and be like, okay, I'm gonna go do this, because I highly recommend you don't, because I've seen it go south so many times. I've just been lucky and didn't do anything too stupid, but yeah. I guess my advice would be find a fire spinner out there that or a flow artist that and try to learn everything you can from them, especially before you light up. Definitely look into all the safety procedures, do all the safety procedures. And then there's great things on YouTube. I mean, you can learn how to do anything on YouTube nowadays. You know what I mean? So there's good tutorials up there. That's really all I have for you, except, I mean, hold up.
Record scratch.
I feel like a lot of people forget when it comes to fire spinning. It is fire dancing. It's it's dancing. You gotta feel it. You gotta be passionate, or try to be passionate about it, because it's not just about technique. And I feel like a lot of people get lost in just doing the trick over and over and over again. You gotta feel that out. You know what I mean? You gotta actually flow with it. I feel like as a beginner, that's important to know. It's not just about doing the cool trick.
Yeah. I feel like flow's a lot like drumming.
I wouldn't know, but I would assume music and flow are definitely hand in hand, and I definitely feel like the amount of passion that you put into a musical instrument, it has the same power as me putting the amount of passion into my staff.
Yes.
And that's what makes it good. You know, it's not just about hitting the same tone, you know what I mean? It's about feeling it out and putting your emotion into it, you know?
Yeah.
Don't do this at home.
Don't do this at home, kids. All right, thank you guys for listening this week. I have been your host, Davey Squires. Mike has provided the water, and Michelangelo is doing some good sound stuff in the other room. Oh, what a guy.
Oh, yeah.
And thank you, sir.
Thanks for the water, Mike.
That was an awesome video with Dan the Fire Dude Man. And you can check him out on Instagram, Dan_the_fire_dude_man. He has really cool videos on there of him spinning fire. I also got a couple on my Instagram at Davey_Squires. And you can check me out on Facebook as well. Might as well. It's Davey Squires Music. That's my Facebook page. And then you can check my website out, dsquires.com, for the past episodes of the Squires Station. And there's some good artists on here that we have had and we have continued to have. So check all those out. And also, finally, my Patreon page, patreon.com/Davey Squires. You can check out all the bonus bloopers, all the artist videos that you didn't get to see that I don't release to the public. Check that all out on Patreon. It's only $5 a month. That donation is very well welcomed. And thank you guys for donating to that, by the way. It really, really helps the show. So that's all for this week, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.